Are you okay? I'm chained up in a stranger's room, and I've got beef lasagna that I can't really reach. Espoir, say something. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir Duvet, and today I'd like to play some more Pulsatio Cordis. This is a game I played the demo for almost, 2 years ago? And now that the full game is out, it seems that there are more than one ending. And in the last video, I got ending 1, which was, I think, the nicest I could be to Liev. So in this video, I want to try to do the exact opposite. Usually I would get my alter ego Void to do the negative choices in a VN, but I think I can handle him myself this time. So let's do the number one thing you shouldn't do, and make a yandere mad. This probably has no bearing on the point system, but when he says hello when we first see each other, what if instead of saying, hi, how are you, what if I go, the sky? Because my poor little anxiety-ridden brain is probably thinking, oh, he probably said what's up, but he didn't say what's up. The sky. I mean, I guess. I want to sink it to the ground. Of all the things I could have said, I said that? Am I in year 4? That is, the sky looks positively lovely today, you know? Because up is positive, or was it positive is up? Anyway, I'm good, thanks. Say, how are you back? Say, how are you back? But like an idiot, I just stand there, staring at him silently as my throat closes up. Espoir, are you okay? You seem a bit freaked out. The date hasn't even started yet. I haven't gone crazy yet. I'm okay. Totally peachy. Like a peach mango pie. Dang it, shut up already. Be quiet, anxiety. I want to disappear. The first few seconds of this date, and I've already messed up. The words echoing in my head over and over, taunting me. Liev looks quite baffled at my out-of-nowhere ad-lib. Aww. Understandably. But then a look of realization comes over his face. You're shaking. Is something... Hey, I have an idea. We still need to get our tickets for the park, but once we get in, we can walk around the garden until you're feeling better. Does that sound good to you? The idea of having to talk to anyone, let alone a park employee, sounds overwhelming enough. But it would be only for a short while, and this would be better than trying to take a stroll through a busy urban street. So I nod, not trusting my voice. Who knows what's going to spill out of it? Okay, shall we then? And so we head to the booths to buy our tickets. I pull out my wallet, intending on paying for mine myself, but Liev stops me, shielding my hand with his credit card. You don't... But Liev shakes his head. It's okay. You asked me out, so it's only fair. I'm about to argue his logic, but he smiles reassuringly at me, as if to say that it's no big deal. Sensing that he's not going to budge, I sigh and tuck my wallet safely back into my bag. Part of me feels relief that I'm going to be saving money today, and that I won't have to talk to anyone right now. The clerk hands us our tickets. Sweet. Have a good date, you two. I blush profusely, and I notice that Liev has the same rosiness blooming on his own cheeks. Aww, as if this is going to be a nice normal date. I guess I can count that as a win. I saw the head boy blush. I've calmed down a bit from my earlier panic, but I still can't get the words I've said out of my head. The sky? Seriously? I could not have started the date off in a worse way. Liev and I haven't really been talking, and honestly, I'm fine with that for the moment. Sometimes it's just nice to take in your surroundings quietly. Inevitably, someone does speak up, and it's Liev. Are you feeling better? Yeah. Sorry. I get like this sometimes. And sorry for acting like a bit of a smart aleck earlier. I just blanked and didn't know what to say. There's no need to apologize, Espoir. I get it, really. People blurt out things when they're nervous. And you know what? I actually found it pretty funny, but I didn't want to laugh in your face. I thought that'd make you feel worse. I breathed a huge sigh of relief, and I'm glad you found my dumb joke funny, at least. Is that something you struggle with? Being self-conscious? Yeah, I hate it. I really do. This is the worst it's been in a while. Geez, I've never actually told anyone that before. I don't tell them that I don't have many people I can tell that to. I don't really want to worry my parents, and therapy would just be another cost to worry about. I'm sorry. I remember what happened with those guys that were harassing you. Does it have anything to do with that? No, though that incident didn't really help matters. Ever since I moved back to town, it feels like the people I knew when I was younger don't even exist anymore. It sounds self-centered, but I thought they would at least mention something from the past. One good memory they had with me. It would have made me feel like the childhood I had wasn't just a nice dream. But of course they didn't. Heck, they probably don't even care about that stuff anymore, right? What if I'm just a weirdo? What if I'm just terrible at fitting in? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to ramble like that. No, Espoir, listen to you talk about your feelings will never be a problem. Not for me, anyway. I never knew things were so bad for you. I'm sorry that you feel so out of place. High school can really change people, sometimes for the worst. Peer pressure can even turn the nicest person into someone unrecognizable, all because they wanted to fit in that badly. In the end, that person might end up completely shedding everything they can of their past self. Still, that doesn't make it right for those people to pretend like those relationships never existed. They were still your friends. You still shared those memories with them. Though, if they're clearly not interested in rekindling things, you can't force it. That's just the way they feel. It's also just a waste of energy. If they don't want to be friends anymore, why bother with them? He has a point. I can't waste my worries on people that will never reciprocate. And, going back to what I said about peer pressure changing people, those changes tend to come at the cost of the person's mental health. There's such a heavy internal conflict about the way they want to be like versus the way they have to be like. It takes a huge toll on them. Are you perhaps talking about yourself, Liev? Espoir. Thank you for telling me about this. I'm glad you asked me on this date. I'm glad you trusted me enough to tell me about your problems. And you know what? It doesn't matter if those people don't want to be your friends anymore. Because I'm here for you. I'll always be here. To talk, to hang out, to vent, whatever. I know that it's only our first date, but I want to help you however I can. So always remember that, okay? Even when we're not together at school, you have my number. We can call, text, whatever you need. And Espoir? What's wrong? Well, I'd been so absorbed in what he was saying that I'd forgotten about myself for a moment. When I finally came back to the present, I realized that my eyes have gone misty. I brushed the droplets from my cheeks, a little embarrassed. I can't believe I'm actually crying over this in front of my crush. In public. Espoir, I'm sorry. Did I say something upsetting? No. Even through my sniffles, the word comes out loud and clear. It's not your fault. I can't get myself to say anything more. Panic begins to course through my veins again. People can see me bawling my eyes out. I must look like such an idiot. Thank God Liev seems to understand, because he puts a gentle hand on my shoulder and leads me to the nearest bench. I feel like such a loser, breaking down in front of my crush like this. But if Liev was getting uncomfortable, he was doing a good job of not showing it. He sits there, a constant beside me, as I do my best to calm my breathing and dry my tears. He frequently casts me worried glances, but remains silent, understanding of my need for space. Eventually, I'm able to regain my bearings and take a deep, controlled breath. Only then does Liev speak again. Everything all right, Espoir? My voice is a little hoarse, but at least it's there when I reply. Yeah, I'm okay now. That's good. I'm glad. Do you need anything? Of course, it's at that moment that my stomach decides to grumble. I flush in mild embarrassment, but it's nothing compared to what I just made him sit through. Maybe some food? Okay, I agree. Let's go find a place to eat. Hold on. Yes? Thank you for comforting me. Of course. It's the least you deserve. I don't really understand what he means, but Liev has been such a kind person to me. Well, he is head boy after all. He does need to treat his fellow students nicely. The thought that he's only doing this out of a sense of duty causes insecurity to pool in my gut. Regardless, we're still here on a date, so I reassure myself he must like me at least a little bit, or he wouldn't have accepted my confession in the first place. I'll cover the bill. You don't have to worry. What? Seriously, you don't have to. But I want to. It'll be one less thing for you to worry about. Guilt pulls in my stomach at the idea that he's spending so much for me. I literally made him sit there while I childishly bawled my eyes out. Well, I know he doesn't like it when I pay for myself, so I'll pay for myself. I'll pay for myself. Honestly, I'm fine. I can pay for myself. Oh, okay. If you're sure. I hope that's not a problem? No, it was only an offer anyway. Liev looked strangely disappointed by my answer. Had he wanted to pay for the meal that badly? Maybe I had hurt his gentlemanly pride by doing that. Still, it wasn't like I was obligated to accept. We place our orders and wait for someone to show us to our seats. I haven't been that great with conversation, mostly letting him carry it. Even if he might naturally be better at it, it's not really a date if just one person initiates everything. With those thoughts in mind, I open my mouth to speak. So, what rides are you wanting to go on? I don't go to these places often, to be honest. I guess whatever's exciting. Curious, I opened my bag and skimmed through a pamphlet that the clerk had given me earlier. They've got a bunch of those kinds of rides. There's the Endeavor, which I'm guessing is a pendulum ride, Fear Factor 10, which is a roller coaster, and River of Doom. Which ones do you like? I guess the roller coaster sounds the most fun, but do you not want to go? You sounded a little hesitant when you mentioned it. I bet I did. Oh good, my affection is -1. Well, a little bit. The last time I went on one was when I was a kid, and I was screaming the entire time. That's horrible. Don't worry, Espoir. We can do something else. What about the other rides? You can still go on the roller coaster if you want. I'll just wait for you. No. I mean, this is our date, isn't it? What's the point if you're not having fun as well? There he was, trying to accommodate for me again. Guilt simmers in my stomach. Espoir, what about the others? I really don't mind. If we didn't settle on doing something, then we'd just end up wandering around until the end of the day. Besides, Liev had done something kind for me. It's my turn to do something for him. Wait, I changed my mind. Let's go on the roller coaster together. Are you really sure? Yes. Yeah, I'm older now. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it. That's great. And if you don't get scared, you can always hold on to me. Predictably, my cheeks flare up. Even if the idea of being on a roller coaster again turns my stomach, given who I'm going to be with, it might just be worth it. Nah, nope, not gonna do it. Nope, no more roller coasters for me. I mean, if it helps, I don't mind, okay? Yeah, okay. It's then that the waiter approaches our table and serves our appetizers and drinks, apologizing for the long wait. I hadn't even noticed the time passing, but I'm also glad to finally have something to eat. Do you have any siblings? Sorry, was that too personal? No, it's okay. I don't mind. I did have an older sister, but we're not exactly on talking terms at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry. While I do feel pretty bad for him, I can't help but admire his strength. Losing his sister must have been so difficult, yet he managed to grow beyond that and become a responsible, considerate person on his own. What if I drop the subject altogether, because last time I tried to distract him. Do you want to talk about something else? You seem uncomfortable. We can talk about something else if you want. Sure. Whatever you say. His smile looks brittle, like he's going along because it would be easier than disagreeing. Have I done something wrong? Did he actually want to keep talking about his sister? Still, he'd clearly skipped some details on purpose. People didn't usually do that if they wanted to elaborate on something. All I can do now is ask another question, hopefully one with a less depressing answer. When we asked him about pets. Honestly, it was impressive. Mice, frogs, birds, insects. One time, he even brought home a half-dead rabbit. Not the most appetizing, but it would at least be a good source of protein. Last time I said, ha ha ha, what a good kitty indeed, but that's a little much. That's a bit much, dear. I'm sorry. Did I make you uncomfortable? You did. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't... Sorry. Let's talk about something else then. Let's just forget about this. I won't talk about that kind of stuff again. Aw. Alright, we're not being nice this time around. We're not just gonna ask if he's okay. What is wrong with you, buddy boy? Just, what is wrong with you? You need to be a lot better. You need to be a lot nicer to the people who are handling our food. Don't you laugh cutely at me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Espoir. These feelings are almost too much. I want to hold you, and at the same time, I want to murder everyone in this building. What the actual fluff? Well, at the very least, his affection is -5 now, so we're heading in the right direction. All at once, everything is too much. My heart pounds against my ribcage, and sweat pools on my palms. Accurate representation of a panic attack. It's even worse than the episode from earlier. The world feels like it's spinning out of control. What am I going to do? What the heck am I going to do? I vaguely register Liev tugging me out of my chair and towards the exit. Instinct screams at me to struggle, but anxiety renders me a marionette of my own panic. I'm helpless as Liev leads me out of the restaurant and into the park grounds. Please believe me, Espoir. All I want is to be with you and to make you happy. And if that means getting rid of a few pests along the way, then so be it. I don't know if I can. What you said here earlier, did you really mean it? Or was that all a lie to get me to trust you? I would never lie to you, Espoir. It's really a shame that you're struggling to make friends. I know from experience. But at least that means no one will get in the way. There's no more denying it. Liev really is just that unstable. Right, so last time I was honest with him. I don't know if that gives points or if that gives away points, but this time I'm gonna lie. Yay, I got less points! Liev, why would you think that? Maybe you're a little eccentric, but isn't everyone? Espoir, you don't have to say things to spare my feelings. I can handle it. This coming from the guy who threatened to kill an employee for doing their job. I don't think so. But I mean it. You're not a monster, but I do have a request. A request? Don't talk about murder so casually. Please, even if you're doing it for me. It ruins the mood, you know? It's scary. Of course. I'm so stupid. Of course I scared you, of course. Liev, come on. Let's continue our date. Didn't you want to try the rides? I still want to enjoy our time together. Don't you want that too? Of course I do. Good. Then let's decide right now, where do you want to go next? And so we went to the haunted house, because of course we would. Oh, I'm feeling scared. Let's go to the haunted house. Liev is as apathetic to the situation as ever, though he stays close out of concern. At least, I hope that's why. Oh no, there's that smile again. You know, when we're this close together, I can feel it. I can feel your body heat right against me. It's addicting. So addicting. I just want to breathe you in and... As I said before, Miss Haunted Mansion attraction actor, run. So last time I took Liev's hand, I bet he liked that. I'm keeping my hands to myself.
I totally got you.
Run. Run, lady, run!
Are you okay? You're pale as a ghost. Wait, I'll leave you two alone now.
Save yourself! Are you okay, Espoir? That biscuit. I'll kill her. I'll kill her and strangle her with her own intestines and... Stop it. Get some help.
I'm fine, Liev. Just a bit shocked. Remember what I asked you earlier? About saying stuff like this?
That's right. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you further. But that wasn't casual at all. No, if she had really hurt you.
Look, they can't do that, Liev. They won't. Otherwise we would call the police and she would lose her job.
Yes, I suppose that's an option, but disposing of them on the spot would be so much faster and so much more satisfying. And I thought my paranoia was bad.
Let's just keep going, okay? We should be close to the end.
All right. You're okay, right? You're still a little shaky.
I'm fine.
It wasn't that serious. Just jumped out of my skin is all. It's still so strange how he can act violently homicidal one second, then fuss over me sweetly the next. Is it wrong for me to appreciate that a little? I'd been so lonely up until now. Still, he might have good intentions, but he's psychologically unwell. Unlike me, who's the picture of perfect stability. As we continued to walk through the cellar, the dead silence was suffocating. I decided that I should at least thank him. Most people would tease, but he'd taken my fear seriously, if in an extreme way. God knows how he'll respond, but, thank you for the concern, though. There's nothing to thank me for. You make me happy, Espoir. All I want is to do the same for you. Well, that went better than expected. Liev seemed to be in a surprisingly good mood the whole way, all things considered, though he cast very frequent glances down at the gap between our hands. It's a little silly for me to be so worried about his opinion, isn't it? He's never exactly expressed disapproval, except for when I'm being self-deprecating. Still. I was so afraid then.
Afraid?
Afraid to talk to you. Afraid something would ruin this date, would keep us apart. I thought I could get through today without telling you the truth. I thought that if you kept seeing me as the perfect person, you would never have to worry. But then you took the first step. You asked me out. You asked the question. You don't know how happy I feel.
I think it was for the best that I know now. I don't think I could pretend to be flawless in front of someone I liked either. Yep, as if my 2 meltdowns today weren't evidence enough.
Yes, I knew you would understand, Espoir. I wanted you to know the real me eventually. I was just scared. And Espoir doesn't have to be afraid either. I'll listen to everything you tell me.
Okay, I appreciate it.
It takes everything in me not to recoil at his intense expression. But his sentiment does seem genuine. Despite whatever that was, the rest of the walk is peaceful enough, though Liev's gaze seems to burn ever deeper into my skull. Finally, we step through the doors of the arcade. So in this part, we go to the arcade, and there's one of those awful cheating claw machine crane games. And Liev has won a plushie for us, by underhanded means. Come to think of it, I'd read about a claw machine hack online once. It had seemed cool at first, until I found out that it would stay in that mode until undone. Wait, do you know how to reset it? No. Why does it matter? Because someone's bound to notice. What if we get kicked out for messing with the machine? We won't if we're quick. You don't understand. If not us, some employee is going to be blamed for something they didn't cause. That's not our concern. Besides, they rig these things anyway. For once, I fully agree. Okay, think of it like this. What if I was the worker who was going to be blamed? Would you still have done it? No. Oh, it's a no this time. Last time you said yes. I couldn't. I don't want you to hate me, Espoir. You're right, though. I don't understand. Are you really comparing yourself to other people? Because you're nothing like them. No, those people don't matter. You're the only person worth anything to me. My attempt at inducing even an ounce of empathy fails miserably. But what else could I have said? Well, he said no, he wouldn't do it this time. Something must have changed. And I still have to decide what to do about the claw machine. Do I keep Liev's gift and bear with the guilt, or reject it and risk destabilizing him further? Maybe there's a third option. If I return the favor, that might calm him down, maybe. And if we get caught, then I won't have to face the consequences alone. What do you mean by return the favor? Well, I don't know. So, let's reject that plushie. Let's see how mad we can make him. We're at 8. Let's get that to a 9. Yay! 11! I'm sorry, Liev. I can't accept this. I hand the plushie back to him. His arm stiffly moves to hold it, his wide gaze vacant. Uh-oh! I don't understand. Did I say something wrong? No, Liev. But there's nothing I can say to soften the blow. My stomach sinks to the floor, as do my eyes. For all my talk about empathy, I sure am acting pretty callous right now. I see. Forgive me for getting upset. I completely understand. Something inside me tells me that you do not. That I have opened up Pandora's box with that -11. The sudden formal language sounds off, but instead of bringing that up, I just nod. Sorry, it's nothing personal, I swear. It's just... Wait, is that... Uh-oh.
Hey, Liev, how have you been?
Never thought we'd see you here of all places.
Yeah, but I guess even you need a break. Of course, the people I saw earlier waste no time making conversation with him. And as usual, they act as if I don't even exist. Uh-oh, you all are in danger.
Go away.
Whoa, what's gotten into you, man?
Are you deaf? You're interrupting us. Go away.
We just wanted to catch up. Guys, I think we should listen to him.
She glances between Liev, me, and them.
Oh, right.
Her posture visibly sags, as if she's resigned herself to a painful fact. The sight tugs at my heartstrings, though I wish I could apologize. The idea of having to actually talk to these people lodges the words in my throat. Right. Sorry for barging in. We'll see you at school, okay? The formally chipper girl appears to hunch over before her friends form a cocoon around her, shielding her from prying eyes as they exit the arcade. It's not hard to guess how she must be feeling.
Who are they?
Oh, just some friends of mine. Don't worry, they don't actually matter to me. It's kind of a scumbaggy thing to say, but we are on doing the negative route.
That girl seemed like she had a crush on you.
Oh, she does. Does it bother you? I'll get rid of her if she's a problem.
No.
No, I will spray you with some water, Liev. No. We talked about this.
No, it's fine, really. I'm just surprised that you talk to them so openly.
Of course, Espoir. You're the only person who matters, and they were annoying us anyway.
Do you also talk to them like that at school?
Usually it's them trying to strike a conversation with me, but I've kept them around because they've been useful. That girl especially, since she speaks so well of me around others. Which reminds me, I'm glad you asked me out when you did. I would have been a pain if I had to reject her too. Otherwise, I would have had to pretend to feel bad. Anyway, shall we go, Espoir? We've hung around here long enough. I want to make the most of what's left of today.
Sure.
Given how polite and friendly he usually acted at school, it's startling just how quickly he snapped in front of those people. Something tells me that not accepting the plushie bothered him more than he wants to admit. As we leave, part of my mind is still preoccupied by how coldly he rejected that girl. Has he always been so callous, or did something make him that way? Who hurt you? Who didn't hug you enough? As soon as we're back in the main area, Liev points out a nearby food cart. Fancy a snack? It'll be my treat.
Are you sure?
Espoir, really? It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I want to do it. A flash of guilt pricks my gut when I remember the rejected plushie. I bet it was really cute, too. The least I can do now is indulge him. I'm getting a little hungry now anyway.
Okay, if you insist.
Cool.
So, tell me more about yourself, Liev. I know I've been asking a lot, but...
That's okay. What would you like to know?
You're really popular at school, right? You've always seemed cool like that. Besides those guys from earlier, do you hang out with anyone else?
Normally, asking such a question would have left an irrational pang in my stomach, but this is a special case. We need to figure out what exactly is going on here. Espoir, don't worry. No one could ever take my attention away from you. Why do you ask? Is there someone else? Are you already thinking of another boy?
Huh? I was just curious. I wasn't.
Or you're worried that girl will take me away from you. No, I'll just get rid of both of them, and then you'll be... No! Spray you with water again? Every time you act like a yandere, I'm gonna spritz you with some water.
I'm not worried. I'm just glad that you have other people you talk to, even if they're not really your friends.
Oh, okay. Well, knowing a lot of people was crucial for me to get where I am now, and I guess if it weren't for them, I wouldn't understand a lot of things.
That actually reminds me, why did you want to become head boy in the first place?
Huh?
I mean, I just don't get it. If you don't care about anyone, why bother with all the work?
Because it was all for you.
Huh?
Figures. You don't remember.
What do you mean?
It's okay. I understand now isn't the time. No, you're gonna use, like, when I'm 10 minutes before my train arrives to explain it to me.
His voice was affable, but there's something hard in his eyes. Something that tells me it would be a really bad idea to press further. In the end, I leave it, despite my burning curiosity. Still, what? Saying those 6 words and leaving it there? Is he trying to mess with me? Liev interrupts my thoughts, breaking the awkward silence.
Espoir, how about you? You should tell me more about yourself, too.
Me? I thought I already spilled my heart and soul back in the gardens. What else could you need to know?
No, I could never get tired of listening to you.
I mean, if you insist, but maybe give me a topic to go off.
You still live with your parents, right?
Yeah. Don't most kids? What about you?
I don't want to talk about them.
Oh,
Tell me about yours instead. Are they good people? Where do they work?
well, Mama got laid off from her old job, so she's still looking for work while doing catering on the side. Dad's company luckily let him transfer, so he's been able to keep working as a technician. And, they've been good to me. I thought of using the money from my own job to help with bills, but they insisted I save it up for university.
Ah, good. Controlling parents truly are the worst.
So, I reckon there's enough time for one more stop today. Since I picked last, where do you want to go?
Already? The day's gone by far too quickly.
I don't know how to feel about that. For one, this nightmare is almost over. I just need to make it through one last attraction. Then I can catch the train home, bolt down all the doors and windows, and think about what to do next. Except none of that happens. Or I guess we'll see, because last time in the last ending we had positive 17 points, and now we got negative 11.
Hey, Espoir, I'd like to end it on a strong note.
What did he mean by...
Oh no. Let's ride a roller coaster.
Oh, no. I had secretly hoped that he would have forgotten by now. But I can't back down. I have to face the music. No. If you don't... No means no means no. If you don't want to go on that roller coaster, don't do it. Don't do it. Set your boundaries. That's what I think main character Espoir in the game needs to learn. Set your boundaries. We're not doing that. I don't like that.
Do you not want to? We really don't have to if you're not comfortable.
I didn't say that. I'm just scared.
Very, very scared. Then don't do it. Just me over my own shoulder. Are you still worried because of earlier? Please don't be. I promise. I'll be right beside you.
I'm not a kid anymore. There's no need to be so terrified. Logically, there's no way I'd fall out of my seat, as I once feared. And yet... No, I'm going to see this through. I've survived this far through a date with Liev. I've talked a dangerously obsessive stalker out of his murderous urges. What's a few minutes on a roller coaster by comparison? I don't like it! Liev's hand on my shoulder is my only support as we make our way back to the main area.
How was it? Did you have fun?
Vomit. I think I'm just glad I survived.
You did great. You were so brave to face your fears like that. It's amazing. Amazing.
Normally, this many compliments at once would have sounded kind of disingenuous, but Liev is glowing with pride, a brilliant smile on his face. I find myself crumpling under his praise. Why don't we go someplace for me to calm down and safely spill out my guts?
Oh, I'm so happy right now I could kiss you.
Ah?
Oh, too soon?
Well...
Sorry. I just want to celebrate. May I hug you instead?
No! You may not, sir.
We're doing the bad route.
No, please don't. Everything's still too much.
Oh. Well, it can't be helped. It's home time for you soon, isn't it?
That's right. With the ride over and done with, it's late afternoon. Using my phone, I check how long it'll be until the next train. Dang it, I just missed the last one. It'll be 30 minutes till the next.
Really?
He looked awful happy with that really.
I mean, silver lining, right? There's lots of things we can do in that time. We could get ice cream, or take photos, or anything you want, really.
Well, that garden was quite pretty, and I'd like to sit down again. I kind of want to show the flowers to Mama. Is that good with you?
No need to ask. Let's go.
Oh no! When we get to the park to have a nice, calm time after a roller coaster, we get ambushed by some bullies. So I have a choice here to intervene or don't do anything, or also to let the timer run out. What if I try to intervene this time? Hey, quit it. Maybe don't stab him or break his arm, Liev. No! I run forward and stand between him and his target, arms out to block him. Don't do it!
Please stand back, Espoir. This won't take long.
His voice is sweet, laced with honeyed concern, but his eyes are cold and empty. But you can't kill them.
What? Why? You hate them, don't you? You want them gone.
He moves to brush past me, but I move with him. I'm not letting you go. This isn't going to achieve anything. The bully's friends look on in awe at the scene, and I feel like the protagonist in the climax of a cheesy telenovela, and I can't even find it in myself to be embarrassed. But this isn't about them. I just want Liev to understand the seriousness of what he was about to do.
Those insects almost ruined your life, Espoir. Just let me finish this.
I don't like them either, but this isn't worth going to prison over, so please, just stop.
Oh, Espoir.
Around us, the bully's fallen comrades regroup with their friend. Thankfully, they make no more moves to attack.
Fluff this. We're out. Yeah, you better run. It's good that you didn't make me mad.
They take off down the path, laughing because I wouldn't have done a thing. I would have just cried. Only when they've disappeared through the trees do I let my arms go loose at my sides.
They got away.
He clutches the handle of the blade so tightly that his already pale knuckles turn marble white, but with a deep breath he slides it closed and slips it back into his pocket.
I don't understand at all, Espoir. You're such a kind person, but you're allowed to be angry too. Why did you let them go?
I know you only wanted to protect me, but there were other ways to do that. We could have called the police. Why did you have to go so far?
Because I hate them. Hate. They were so awful to you, and yet they're running free when they should be dead.
Honey, do I gotta get the spray bottle again? But I didn't want you to kill them. I still don't. So please, don't dwell on it anymore.
Even now, you really want to leave them alive?
Yes, I do. It doesn't mean I forgive them, but you definitely freaked them out enough when you threatened them with the knife. Oh, right. He's got a fluffing knife on him. A knife! Now, hey. Hey, now. Even I have like a little Barbie knife that I carry around. Everyone should carry around a knife. You never know when you have to open up a package. Or some other things. I warily back away. He may have insisted that he would never harm me, and indeed it wasn't until the situation became dangerous that he tried to use it, but that isn't exactly convincing at the moment.
Oh, no, please don't be afraid, Espoir. I won't hurt you. I would never. I promise. I swear on my life I won't.
Then give me the knife.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to trust you? Then prove I can. Give me the knife. His hand hovers over his pocket for a few moments.
but he fishes out the blade, holding it out to me. I take it with trembling hands, gripping the hilt firmly.
Thank you.
Are you angry?
Why would I be?
I don't know, maybe because our affection points are -16. I almost lost your trust, almost made you hate me. Do you want to punish me?
No, I'm not angry, and I'm not gonna hurt you. You did scare me, but thank you. Thank you for listening. I don't understand what it's like to be you, and I'll never know, but I know you don't do these things just for the heck of it.
Espoir, you're so kind. Too kind for this world. I wish I could protect you from all the bad things all the time. But you're right in that you don't know what it's like, and you should never know. I would never, ever want to subject you to such a terrible thing.
What?
Liev turns away, like he hadn't just said something extremely concerning. It doesn't matter. We've already lost a lot of time. Come on, we have to get going. The blade is still in my hand. I wonder if Liev has noticed, or if he even cares. But with him distracted, I close it and slip it into my bag. We continue down the path as we had planned, with no mention of what happened minutes before. Maybe we should have called the police, but we don't exactly have solid evidence against those guys. Liev seems happy to forget all about it, and honestly, I am too. I'm sure that they'll stay away from us from now on. Hey, nobody's arm got broke this time. The garden is even emptier than it was during my confrontation with Liev. Seems people are starting to go home for the day. Oh, if only I hadn't missed that train. I take out my phone and check the time. Still 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to find some pretty flowers. Opening the camera app, I focus on a bee perched on a cyclamen flower? Cute. Drinking up its nectar, my finger hovers over the button, my hand trembling as it attempts to steady the shot. Hold still. Hold still. My cheap phone doesn't exactly have the best camera quality, so one wrong move could mean the difference between the perfect shot and a spa.
Yeah!
I nearly jump out of my own skin when I turn and see Liev right behind me, practically breathing down my neck. To add insult to injury, out of the corner of my eye, I see the bee flitting away.
Can you stop that? I'm really sorry, but you just ruined my shot.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to bother you.
Then why did you feel the need to hover behind me?
I was going to say that if you were having issues with your phone, you could use mine instead.
How did he... Never mind. Of course he would know. I'm fine. Did you want a photo too?
We could take one together.
What's with the shyness? He can take down 3 guys at once, but all of a sudden asking me for something is too much. And I'm not exactly comfortable with him having a photo of me, assuming he doesn't already have any. God knows what he's going to do with it. No thank you. I probably still look like a hot mess because of that ride.
What? No, you're always beautiful, Espoir. You're the most beautiful, most perfect girl in the world.
You're not just saying that to flatter me, are you?
Espoir, I've only ever had eyes for you. You really don't believe that?
Sorry, it's just... I'm not used to it, you know?
Then you better get used to it, because I'll keep telling you until you do. Now, let's go find some flowers for your mom. She likes roses, doesn't she? I found some nice ones over there.
What? How did you... You know what? I'm not even surprised anymore.
You creepy stalker. We spend the last few minutes taking pictures of the flowers, capturing the occasional bird or bee fluttering about. Liev doesn't push me further about taking photos together, though more than a few times I catch him staring hard at my back, that perpetual smile on his face. Though it's concerning, those thoughts are soon overridden with anticipation to finally go home. And soon it's time to leave. We depart the garden for the last time as the sun begins to dip into the horizon. Let's get out of here!
We reached the train station with time to spare, so we decided to wait in the seating area facing the train tracks. In the distance, the late afternoon rays are already starting to fade into darkness. My parents always harped on about the dangers of staying out late, so the sight makes me a little uneasy. Considering everything I've seen today, it doesn't seem unlikely that something could happen. Then again, Liev had been with me, but do I really trust him to be my protector all the time? True, he hasn't tried anything ever since I intervened in the fight, but I did still keep the switchblade, and surely he's noticed by now that his pocket is a lot lighter. Should I have put my trust in him and given it back? But if I did, he might have gone ahead and hunted those guys down anyway. Oh yeah. There my thoughts go again. I'm so close to getting on the train home, so I need to stay calm. Because if Liev gets even the slightest inkling that I've started panicking again...
Espoir?
Yes?
You seem troubled.
Great. He's already noticed. Hopefully he doesn't look at the affection points to see that they're -16. It's nothing. Just mentally replaying everything that's happened today. At least I'm mostly telling the truth. I rub my palms against my knees, wishing they would stop sweating so much. Even the cool afternoon air has done nothing to help. So, despite how I've been acting today, did you still enjoy our date?
Of course I did. I had so much fun because I got to see you.
That's good.
Did you enjoy it as well?
I'm unsure of how to answer. It was uncomfortable, to say the least, though maybe that wasn't helped by how avoidant I've been. I hope he understands. Despite that, this was the first time I really got to hang out with someone in a long while. Liev has done his best to be a good, considerate date, despite his various issues, and mine as well. I decided to focus on the good rather than the bad. I did. I don't really go out a lot, and you know my whole problem at school. But more than that, I'm really happy that my first real friend there was you.
Friend? Is that all I am to you?
What? No, that's not what I meant. I meant that I'm glad we can both trust each other, like friends.
Trust? I never got to ask, Espoir. Do you still like me?
Liev, I still like you. I just can't believe you'd really want to stay with someone like me.
Good. That is a relief.
A long, awkward silence falls between us. I alternate between looking around idly and glancing at my phone for the time. I hear Liev shifting beside me and look to his side. He's fidgeting, staring down at his lap with a look of anxiety? Discomfort? Are you okay?
I don't want you to leave. I know you have to, and I know I'll see you on Monday, but I think I'll go home ahead of you. I don't want to watch you leave.
Aw, is he not going to get down on one knee this time? There's relief as the stuffiness in my head clears, yet I can't help but feel a little disappointed all the same. On Monday, it'll be back to me, myself, and I, being too scared to talk to people, watching everyone else in their friend groups while I sit alone. Of course, there's my whole situation with Liev, but that's different. So very different. I understand. I hope you have a safe drive home.
Wait. I have a present for you.
Another gift? He really does like to spoil me. Oh, what is it?
It's a surprise. Close your eyes and I'll show you.
Part of me wonders if that's not a little suspicious, but the train should be here shortly, so I decide to indulge him one last time. Liev gives a strange little giggle as something rustles. Then a brief but sharp sting hits my arm. Oh no. Gosh darn it. My train was probably like 5 minutes away. My eyes snap open to a blur of colors. I can barely make out the canopy, the building across. I try to stand up, put one foot forward, run, but Liev pulls me into an embrace before I can act. I try to lift my hands to push him away, but my body won't listen to my own brain screaming at it to move. It hits me like a freight train that whatever he's done to me has relaxed my muscles, and now he's keeping me locked in place, unable to escape, barely able to struggle. What did you do? He simply draws my head to rest against his shoulder, gently stroking my hair.
Shh. It will be okay, Espoir. Just relax.
His voice is so soothing that it's a Herculean effort to not give in. Struggling against the growing numbness, I try to wrench his arms off me, grab his face, anything to get away, but it's as if I'm Atlas, heaving against the weight of the sky. You thinking about Greek mythology when you're about to probably be kidnapped? No, Liev, why? But it's too late, far too late. My body can do nothing but go slack against him.
I'm sorry, Espoir, but there's no other way. No other way.
His voice rings in my ears as my vision fades. The last thing I feel is Liev thumbing off the sweat on my forehead before I fall unconscious.
Oh, I better wake up with all my limbs, Liev. I'll bite your ankles if I don't. Oh.
When I came to, I'm lying in a bed and my duvet is atop me. There's a strange heaviness to my right wrist, and I wiggle it, thinking I had fallen asleep while reading again. Oh. My eyes widen at the realization that I've been cuffed to a side table, and that this isn't my room.
Well, shoot, not again. Good evening, Espoir.
I jerk at the sound of a familiar voice.
Hi, Liev. You're finally awake. Did you sleep well?
Everything comes back to me in an instant. The date, the truth about him, how things had ended.
Oh, no need to be so worried. We're at my house. This is my sister's old room.
It's a nice room. It's a nice room. He points towards the table.
And look, I made you dinner. You've been out cold for the past few hours, so you must be starving by now.
There's a steaming plate of beef lasagna sitting there. Oh, 'cause that's what I ordered at the restaurant. Oh, how thoughtful, Liev, how thoughtful. But what does that change? I don't dare take my eyes off him. Frozen, like a deer in headlights, he gestured towards the meal again.
Do you not like—
What are you going to do to me?
Nothing. I'm not going to hurt you, Espoir. I swear on my life.
He leans in as he speaks, likely trying to be reassuring, but I recoil on instinct, my back pressing against the headboard. Then explain why I'm chained to a table, why I'm here. Why? Pourquoi? Pourquoi? Doshte?
You were going to run eventually. I had to make sure that couldn't happen.
Liev!
It hurts to be ignored by your own fiancé, you know.
You're what?
I thought today would jog your memory. I really did. Flowers, so many flowers. Didn't that garden remind you of anything?
You dropping lore?
You don't even remember who I am. I suppose it's been a long time.
There's no way. Of all people.
Look, I'll prove I'm telling the truth. This is something you gave me just before you left.
He pulls out a velvet box from his pocket, pressing it to his chest. And then he opens it, taking the contents into his palm. Oh, there's a flower ring inside. Wilted, but clearly preserved with great care. Something about it is oddly familiar. Horribly so. Like I've just remembered something extremely important. A missed deadline. Or a long-lost friend. Oh. My vision clouds over. I'd been harping on about wanting to be remembered by my old friends in town, when all along... It's all too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. How can I be calm right now? I'm chained up in my stalker's house all because of something I impulsively said all those years ago. How did I miss the signs? The long stairs, the repeated visits to the gardens, the way he was so comfortable around me, like he had known me for years. How could I forget about him?
Hey, anxiety, I believe, messes up your memory. It's all in your brain, and it's gonna mess up your brain. So, it's not your fault that you may have forgotten a childhood promise. Espoir? Espoir? Are you okay? I'm chained up in a stranger's room, and I've got beef lasagna that I can't really reach. I don't think I'm doing okay. I'm so sorry. This is a lot to take in, but you had to remember. You believe me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I do. I don't. I do.
Well, we are being mean this playthrough, so I don't know nothing.
What is wrong with you? You think this is the answer?
You have to understand, Espoir. I need you. You're my reason to live. I endured all these years hoping, praying I would see you again. So I have no other choice. I wonder how things went so wrong. What I could have done differently. Still, this is salvageable.
What? What are you going to do to me?
You better not touch my gams. You make it sound so scary. All I want is for you to understand. To remember our promise. Your promise. Life has tainted you. Made you forget. But I'll fix you. And then we can live happily ever after.
You don't really mean that, do you? Oh God, just let me go home.
What do you mean? This is your home now.
Why me?
Oh no, don't cry, please don't cry. Espoir, why wouldn't I choose you? You're the only person who makes me feel anything good at all. I was so unhappy before you came back, Espoir. You're all I care about, all right? So there's no need to worry. I would never break our promise, and I know that you wouldn't either. That's why you asked me to come out in the first place. You knew deep down we were always meant to be. I love you so much. I'll wait however long it takes for you to say it back to me.
No, you don't.
Through pathetic sniffles, the words eke out.
You don't love me. You just want a pet to keep around. How convenient that I took the bait.
I'm glad you can still be honest with me, Espoir. Even chained up and scared, you didn't try to lie at all. For once. Hey, this is a different playthrough. I was honest last time. Espoir, you mean the world to me. What you gonna do with that, buddy? But because of that, because of our date, I see what I have to do now. I have to protect you, even if it means holding you here. Isn't this good for you as well? You never, ever have to be alone again. I'll take good care of you. I'll cook all your favorite meals, buy anything you want, keep you up to date on the material at school, and hang out with you every single day. You won't have to lift a finger as long as you're here, and you won't ever be lonely again.
He's insane. Completely, irredeemably insane. Is there really no way to change his mind?
Wait, do you got an idea? Main character? 'Cause I sure don't.
It's a long shot, but it's all I have. You're not as smart as I thought you were, Liev. My parents know I went out today. They're probably contacting the police as we speak. How do you plan to explain this to them?
You're so funny, Espoir. Did you forget that I have a car?
Meld!
Not to mention a way to calm you down if need be. He takes out the syringe from his pocket, uncapping it. The needle glints as if mocking me.
Don't jab me, bro! Is that needle sterilized?
Turns out my father ended up being good for something after all. Hey, Espoir, did you know that Rohypnol helps with anxiety? Your muscles get all relaxed, so this way you'll never have to be tense ever again. Oh, but I do need to consider tolerance and the possibility of you getting addicted. But don't worry, I'm nothing like him. Nothing at all. I'll be much more careful with you. Espoir, say something. I'll leave you to settle in. Just call me if you need anything, okay?
No, cut. No, he can't do this. I can't let him.
But he totally is. I don't like the events that are occurring at this moment. Your food's gone cold. Let me get you some more.
Just let me go, Liev, please.
He stabbed me. How dare you? Sorry about this, Espoir. You look so peaceful right now. Sweet dreams, okay? We'll do lots of catching up tomorrow. I know. I'll make arancini, and much better than that restaurant's. You hated it too, right? So expensive for such mediocre food. And the staff, they're just... Well, you know. Are you talking to me, Liev? 'Cause I'm out of it. I'm in dreamland. Oh, one last thing. Your letter to me. Oh, what a beautiful, perfect, romantic letter. I have it memorized word for word. I'm sorry, though. I had to use it in such a twisted way. Your handwriting was so much fun to learn, Espoir.
Oh, is this implying that it's been days and days and days and days and days and you forged my handwriting? From my love letter?
Wasn't as fun making you seem so hopeless, though. Tired. I never want to feel like that again. It's all worth it in the end. Now, no one can try to come after us. Good night, Espoir. I love you.
Ending. 3B. Disciplinary action.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, that was ending 3B. I don't know if I could get any endings that are worse than that. Hold on, let's check. Let's check the board. Alright, so we're still missing ending 2 and 3A. Alright, so what if in that very last scene, instead of saying, I don't remember, sure, I do. It's great. I believe you. I believe you. I'm sorry for forgetting. Liar. Hold on, don't go so fast.
I do. I believe you. I'm sorry for forgetting, but this isn't the answer.
Liar. Liar!
I flinch at his volume, cowering into the wall, at his rage now directed at me. Just as quick, he steps back, realizing what he's done.
I didn't just... Did I? I'm sorry. I really am a monster.
It's all right, you just yelled at me a little bit and hurt my feelings.
I suppose it was inevitable. The apple never falls far from the tree.
Lore! Did your parents yell at you?
Anyway, Espoir is kind. She'll forgive me. You have to understand, Espoir. I need you. You're my reason to live. I've endured all those years hoping, praying I would see you again.
Dang it. I still ended up all drugged up in his bedroom. No, all right, fine. I'll go back a little further then. All right, going back to the bullies, what if I pick the third option of letting the timer run out? Like, not trying to stop him, not saying, this ain't my problem, just kind of freezing there in place. Don't do anything. I stand there, as if rooted to the spot. In some way, maybe they do deserve what's coming, or so I keep telling myself. The bully attempts to scramble away, but Liev is faster because he's on the track team, hooking an arm around his neck to keep him in place. I don't see anything. I don't know anything. In fact, my glasses have just suddenly fallen off my face. His friends move to help him, but Liev holds the blade against the bully's throat in warning.
What's wrong? Go on. Insult Espoir like you were doing just now.
The bully can only shake terribly in his grip, a far cry from the arrogant confidence from before.
What do you want from me? Let me go. Espoir, look, I caught him. I caught the bad guy. What do you want me to do now?
I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. I can't move. I can't speak.
I was having a good day, but you just had to come in and ruin it, didn't you? Look, man, we can forget about everything, okay? Just let me go. If only you'd left us alone, then we wouldn't be in this situation. I see now that people like you don't ever learn. What are you...
Oh, did he get stabbed this time? Oh. The bully attempts to scream, but with his throat torn wide open, he can only manage a choked gurgle. Then Liev literally twists the knife in his already gaping wound, driving it deeper and deeper until I hear the sickening crunch of bone. Now, Liev, you're going to get your shirt all dirty. Got that out of your system now, Pookie?
Shall we go to jail?
Alrighty then. Shall we go to jail?
The bully claws at his hands, nails leaving red scratches on his skin, but Liev's iron grip doesn't give. It's not long before his hands go limp at his sides. And then Liev extracts the knife. Unnervingly calm, he lets his body fall to the ground. Blood pools beneath him from the mangled patch of flesh and bone soaking into the concrete. There's no movement, not even a twitch. He dead. I say you, he dead.
Wrong with you? I say you, he did.
The realization that Liev just killed him registers almost numbly in my mind. For a lucid moment, he glances at me, looking utterly remorseful.
I'm so sorry, Espoir. I couldn't control it. I'm sorry. So sorry. What the actual flub have you done? You monster!
He rushes forward, brandishing a pocket knife. Oh, don't do that. I want to scream some sense into him to tell him not to fight this losing battle, but nothing comes out. Snapping out of his shock, his friend charges in to cover him, though he's shaking so badly he can barely stay on his feet. The bully swings at Liev, blinded by vengeful rage. Liev evades each and every strike, not a single strain on his face. And then he skewers him clean through the chest, eyes alight with sadistic triumph. The bully squawks, blood spraying from his chest as he tumbles down. You're getting blood on all the flowers. How am I going to get a nice picture from my mom?
The remaining bully freezes in abject terror when Liev gleefully sets his sights on him.
Please, let me go. I won't tell the police.
Liev takes a step towards him anyway. With a yelp, he makes a run for it. Liev simply watches him leave, the calm, self-assured smile never leaving his face. He turns to me, eyes soft and loving, as if he's heading out for a mundane task. Wait here, okay? I won't be long.
Oh.
He's already halfway down the path before I can even think to object. Is there a run? Is there a run button? Is there a GTFO right now button? This would be the perfect time to escape, but then again, as he mentioned in the first video, he's on the track team. And then it hits me, full force. He just killed people. He just killed people. Yeah, nobody actually died in the other endings. And now he's gone to hunt down the last one standing. It won't be long before he returns. Fluff, and even if I run, he'll find me, 'cause he's on the track team. If I stay, there's no way he's going to let me go scot-free. But I need to decide now. I've got my... Let me save. Should I stay and bet on his love, or make a run for it? Stay and face him, make a run for it. Let's run! Let's get out! What the actual heck am I thinking, sympathizing with a murderer? No, he doesn't really love me, does he? And his kindness was merely an act to lure me in. There's no saving someone like him. Why did I even try? There's some yanderes that you cannot fix. I have to get out of here, get to a crowded area so he can't do anything without witnesses, and most importantly, get on the next train home. As if on autopilot, my feet turn me in the opposite direction, and soon I'm bolting up the path, legs working faster than they've ever worked before. I run for like 1 minute and then have to heave out my lungs. I have to get out of here. I have to. My heart hadn't even beat this fast when I was writing that letter. Unable to focus on where I'm going. I'm trying to run away from this yandere, Daisy. Yes? It's time for some food. It's time for some snacks for the baby. Unable to focus on where I'm going, I bump into people as I run past the rides. Everything had been so normal only hours ago. How? Why did things turn out like this? Why hadn't I stopped him? At the entrance, I release a shaky sigh of relief. I'm finally out. And then a chill runs down my spine when I spot a dark-haired boy wearing a navy blue jersey. Just as he glances towards me, I run off, too terrified to even look back. Guess I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life. The conductor says something when I board, but I barely hear them as I take my seat. Oh, I made it? Woohoo! I spend the entire train ride home on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Even browsing the internet doesn't help. Paranoia convinces me that he's followed me into the carriage, or that he'll send a message demanding where I am. Maybe even a call. Multiple times. I bury my head in my knees, wishing my heart would stop racing. To no avail. When I finally make it home, I'm hounded by questions. All well-intentioned, of course, but I can barely keep myself from confessing everything. I can't involve them. I can't put my family's lives on the line as well. Things are difficult enough as it is. We just didn't click. Don't worry, okay? It stung a bit, but I'll get over it. The lies taste bitter on my tongue. Well, I just tell him that your date was a murderous stalker, and you had to get out of there. The first thing I do when I'm in my room again is check that the windows are locked. And then panic that I hadn't checked all the other windows in the house. It's okay. Everything is fine. I'm safe. No, you're not. Aren't I? He isn't here. I have nothing to worry about. He isn't here. I have nothing to worry about. Is what I desperately want to believe. These long pauses are gonna give me a heart attack. Maybe I'll skip dinner tonight and just go to bed early for once. Even after today, I'll still have work tomorrow. Best to save all the energy I can. What makes you think that he's not going to do anything when you get to school and that he's not going to hunt you down at your job? Once I've changed into pajamas, I clamber under the duvet and stare at the ceiling, heart still racing. When I close my eyes, that scene burns behind them. At some point, I fall into a dreamless sleep. I'm gonna wake up chained to his... Oh, okay. I wake up in a cold sweat. That could only be from one person. Liev, I'll see you on Monday. Yeah, 'cause you still gotta do that. Sunday drags on in the worst way possible. Though I do everything I can to stay present, focused, I keep catching myself staring out into the shop area, through the windows, subconsciously always on the lookout. At one point, I overcharged a customer and only realized because he returned with his receipt, annoyed. I don't know how I didn't get sent home, being so distracted. How terribly understaffed we are. When I woke up on Monday morning, I felt, at first, the mundane dread of having to be up early for school. And then I remembered what happened on Saturday. A murderer. I'll have to go to school with a murderer. Could I live with myself knowing I let it all happen? What was I gonna do? Well, I mean, I guess I could do what I did the first time, but what was I gonna do? I'm turning the corner, heading to homeroom, when I hear a group's laughter, an eerily familiar voice among them. He's there, chatting with them, fully shielded by his model student facade. There's the girl he'd cruelly rejected, smiling brightly at him. What had he done to wrap her back around his finger? I want to scream at them to get away from him, that he would kill them without remorse if it suited him. But between us, who would look like the insane one? I freeze when he locks eyes with me and smiles, that sweet, gentle, disarming smile, the one that had put me under his spell in the first place.
What the heck? Do you hear yourself? Liev would never do that. Where's your proof?
I knew it was a vain effort, but I'd still wanted to try. Is there anything at all I can do? What would I submit to the police? His text while I was in the bathroom? I curl up in a fetal position, the notes app open on my phone, the screen filled with everything I can remember about Saturday. This is the third night in a row. Anak, are you sure you're not hungry? I have this essay due tomorrow. Haven't done much. Okay, I'm sorry. Mama's been very busy recently. Do you need to talk about anything?
I'm fine, Mama. Just been really busy with school.
Are you still upset about your date? Forget him. You're a beautiful girl. You'll find someone else in no time.
No, I'm over it. Really. There's nothing to worry about.
Except whether all our doors and windows are locked.
Nothing at all.
Liev and I never speak again. He hasn't even messaged since that night. That's even more terrifying! While he flourishes at school, gaining adulation for his role as head boy, I feel myself slipping. I see him in my peripheral vision, everywhere. I've come to like sitting in my corner, all alone, in peace and quiet. I see newspaper reports of 3 missing teenagers, but that's the extent of it. Life goes on. By the time their deaths are finally investigated, I still don't have adequate evidence. If people at school don't believe me, why would the police? God, I never should have run away. I missed such a valuable chance, Oh, it's a good thing I have a save and I can go back and see what happens. By graduation, I'm alone as ever. It doesn't help that word spread of me talking crap about Liev. But by that point, I've stopped caring. Liev's life is as perfect as ever. He becomes... ducks? Do? I believe this is New Zealand terminology, so it is unfamiliar to me. For the 3rd year in a row, and is awarded full rights to multiple universities, I can barely keep rage from leaking onto my face when he's on stage, giving a closing speech full of honeyed lies. Like he gives a darn about any of these people. You really don't know what to study yet? Sorry, I just want to keep working while I figure things out. All right, it's your decision in the end. Espoir, are you really okay? I thought you'd be happier to be done. Yes, Mama, I'm completely fine. You are not completely fine. But it's mostly because I'm too afraid to leave the house. He'd follow me. He'd enroll in the same university just to keep following me around. I know he would. How do I know he's not watching me right now? Oh, we're still going. I thought we'd be at the end. We're still going. Is there a point to this anymore? He's won. I admit it. I just want to stop being afraid of him. I haven't even seen him since the last day of school. Maybe that's exactly what he wants me to think, right? Tears gather in my eyes as I bury my head in my hands. 3 people are dead because of me, and all I can focus on is myself. You are way too hard on yourself, main character. Ah! I stiffen. Mama? That better be you, Mama. I must be going crazy. I imagine that. Right? The sound continues, growing more erratic with each passing second. No. No. It's just the wind. It's just the wind. Sir and I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came a-rapping, and so faintly you came tapping upon my chamber door. Espoir. This is all just a terrible nightmare. Don't be afraid. Shut up. Come and open the window. If a raven flies in here, I will scream. So loud. Just leave me alone. Fine. I'll come to you. Ah! Instinctively, I whip my head towards the sound. And thus my heart leapt from my chest. So that now to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating, "'Tis some yandere, entreating entrance at my chamber door." Finally. Why did you run, Espoir? I missed you so much. Did you hate my gift? How about that girl, that biscuit who doubted you? I can't wait any longer. Hold still, Espoir. No! I don't even think I got the no out. I'm sorry, Espoir, but this is for the best. Dude, did we go through all of our classes and graduate, and now you're getting impatient? You could have said something in the hallway. You could have sent me a text, but then again, I forgot that you're crazy, so never mind, I guess. You've been scared of me for a while now. I promise I'll keep you safe. You protected me all that time. It's the least I can do. I wasn't protecting you, I was just scared. Yes, that's right. You promised that too. What's this promise you keep talking about? Liev? Oh. Ending 4. In hindsight. Whose hindsight? What hindsight? The only hind that was gonna be in sight was my behind when I was running away. Ah. Alright. Okay. All that because I ran away. Golly. Poor MC. She needs tons of therapy. Oh, she needs a friend. Dang it. Stay and face him. There's no point in running. I just risk antagonizing him. I have to find him. I can't just stand here and wait, no matter how dread pits in my stomach. As if on autopilot, my legs move me forward, my footsteps hammering along the concrete as I bolt further down the path, heading straight to the forest green. I have to find him. I have to, and maybe stop him from committing a triple murder. My heart wasn't even beating this fast when I read that fateful text. I don't notice when concrete turns to dirt under my shoes, nor when the trees begin to block out the sky. Oh, wait, is this Carnival amusement park just near a big old forest? I need to get to him in time. I have to hurry. But soon I realized how little I had thought this through. How would I know where to look? Would there even be a trail to follow? Just follow the screams, I guess. No, he'd be too careful. All I can do is keep running, searching. See if you can hear someone running for their life. Uh-oh. Before I knew it, I could no longer remember where I'd come from. The amusement park is totally obscured by nature. In better circumstances, it would have been calming being alone in a sunny forest and listening to the birds. But right now, that's the problem. I have to try something else. That's right, my phone. I take it out and find Liev's number in my contacts. My finger hovers on the call button. Who knows what it'll sound like on the other side? Stop hesitating. I press it, and then... Oh, that's the sound of somebody who got gotted. My blood turns to ice. Hey, I think he's in that direction. The scream only lasts a second, but echoes hauntingly throughout the forest. I hear a ragged, distorted voice. Oh, Espoir, my dear, perfect Espoir, my present for you. It's almost done. I end the call. Oh, is that over the phone? Oh. And then I'm running. And then staring. Oh. He stands there, a body at his feet. That is, if it can be called a body anymore. Its face is frozen in terror, its throat and belly vivisected to expose strings of muscle and innards. The stench of blood and chime makes me lurch. And Liev is smiling in complete peace, looking at me with all the love in the world. I'm so happy you stayed. My mind is blank, my own throat completely dry. Ah! Don't hug me with your bloody shirt. Liev approaches me, and I'm too shell-shocked to even flinch, completely still as he cradles my face in his hands. You love me after all, don't you? I never had to worry. Now, let's go home, okay? What? Did you prick me with the needle again? A needle pierces my neck, but I barely register the pain. Ah! Not over the paralyzing horror. Ah! Everything's all dizzy now! As I collapse in his arms, I feel numb. Numb to his soft words, to the loss of control in my own muscles. All I can focus on is the corpse still lying there. That I've just watched people die. Well, I messed up for life. That, in the end, I failed. Ah, no.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
When I come to, I'm lying in bed with my duvet atop me. There's a strange heaviness in my right wrist, and I wriggle it thinking I had fallen asleep while reading again. Oh wait, no, I'm just chained to a bed again.
Gosh dang it.
I'm not going to hurt you, Espoir. I swear on my life. He closes in as he speaks, but I recoil, my back pressing hard against the headboard.
Like heck! Get away from me!
Ugh. I had to do it, Espoir. Please try to understand. How could I ever let them degrade you like that? They all deserved it. All of them.
Actually, I don't think that third guy said anything.
I thought today would jog your memory. I really did. Flowers, so many flowers. Didn't that garden remind you of anything? Something about it is oddly familiar. Horribly so. Like I just remembered something extremely important. How can I be calm right now? I'm chained up in a delusional murderer's house. What was I thinking back then? Espoir? Espoir? Are you okay?
No! You're psychotic. Even if you're not lying, why would I ever stay friends with you?
Liev's eyes became glassy, his voice breaking.
Aww.
You didn't just say that, did you? The Espoir I knew would never.
Uh-oh.
You have to understand, Espoir. I need you. You're all I have left. I endured all those years, hoping, praying I would see you again, so I have no other choice. Even when you're saying such hurtful things, I can't stop loving you. Still, this is salvageable.
Asking you out was a mistake. What are you doing something like that? Even though you promised not to kill anyone? Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, if we're going to bring up promises, I guess maybe I forgot some kind of promise.
I never said that. I said I wouldn't talk about killing.
I have a feeling that is correct.
But enough semantics. The important thing is that you're here with me. Life has tainted you, made you forget, but I'll fix you.
I take back everything I said. You're a monster, Liev.
I don't care, as long as I get to be with you. To be honest, I never cared. I've never seen reason in acting so morally righteous. But I pretended to make you happy. Played up the reluctant psycho act, if you will.
He was even hiding his yandere power level?
It wasn't hard, given I'd had to wear a mask all my life. But I'm a little tired of pretending now. Isn't that what love is about? Accepting them, flaws and all? Just like how I want to help you, no matter how bad your anxiety gets. Not that I'm implying it's a flaw. Espoir's perfect just the way she is. But you see how similar we are, don't you?
I am nothing like you. Don't say that. Only villains say that.
So, you're saying you want to help me out of altruism? I've been watching you, Espoir. I know you're just as alone as me. So please don't lie. You want someone to stay with you as well, don't you? Isn't this perfect then? Poetic? Let's be together. Forever. I'll protect you from everything that tries to hurt you. Everything. And you can remain the kind of person that you are. Really, I mean it. You keep everything so blessedly quiet. You're so much better than that godforsaken drug.
Oh, you're not taking your medicines.
And that's why I love you. I always will.
Fluff you. Fluff you.
In time.
No! Stop it! None of this is love. You never...
Can you be quiet? I'm sorry. That was terribly harsh. But is there really no way you can trust me again? I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. You're staying with me either way.
He's insane. Completely, irredeemably insane. You're an idiot. My parents know I went out today. They're probably contacting the police as we speak. How do you plan to explain this to them?
You're so funny, Espoir. Did you forget that I have a car?
Meld.
Not to mention a way to calm you down if need be.
He takes out the syringe from his pocket, uncapping it. The needle glints as if mocking me. No. I don't like this. I don't agree with the events that are currently occurring.
I love you, no matter what.
Ah! Well, yippee. We got 2 more of these 7 endings. I'm assuming this last one opens up when we've gotten them all. But I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna stop here because I think I've already been sitting down for like 2.5 hours. But hopefully I can get all of the rest of the endings in part 3 of Pulsatio Cordis. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, or interact in any way that is comfortable for you. And if you really like yandere characters, I've played quite a bunch of them, so take your pick. And there will also be a link in the description where you can download this game yourself, follow the developer, and give it a try yourself. And also, I'm happy to say we're quickly on our way to 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.